Hello and welcome back to Von Milhausen Plays Rise of the Triad. We have just entered 8 Ways to Hell, the secret level, in episode 3 of the game. Now, before I go any further, I did it again, folks, that wacky detective. I played through the entire level and I forgot to turn on the recording for my microphone, so there was zero audio for the game. And I seriously thought about putting out the episode anyway, because this is by far, I think, the longest episode that I have come across to date. But no, it's too crappy without audio. So I'm going to give you I'm going to run through this level as quickly as I can and just give you the synopsis version of it. There are plenty of secret walls here. I got, was it 74 out of 77? On the playthrough I just did, so we'll have to see how well I do this time. There's lots of secrets, the level sprawls all over the place. We start off right up here in the top corner and we will fill pretty much most of this map. It is crazy. So I will bring you back as I enter kind of new areas and show off interesting things. Actually, just before I leave this area, note that there's an iron key door there, and there's an iron key door there. We will be back here right at the very end of the level, so remember those. They get closed off very shortly when I stand on a pressure switch over here. You may have heard some dudes there going, "Infidel!" We won't be able to access them until I hit this switch here, which opens these walls. Revealing those dudes and sealing us in here. So we can't get back to those two iron key doors now until we get to the very end of the level. Hey, just while I'm here, we have an opportunity to sneak up on an enforcer. I've been meaning to try totally sneaking up on enemies and just see how quickly they react. How close can you get to them? You can get pretty close to them before they react. That's interesting. Okay, so in this area there are a number of secrets. The first one is here, which opens to this area, and there's another secret here in this corner, which just gets you another token. Okay, so I've just cleared out this area. You can see it's this long chamber here. It's got two kind of main doors in it, and this central area. In one half of the central area, we have this window that shows us the iron key that we need, and you can see there's an elevator in the back. We'll be coming around to that at the end. We have a gold key door. We have a regular door. We have a door here that is locked, but I will show you how to open that door in just a second. So then we have the other half of this kind of central area. Let me save before opening it. We have an enforcer, which I'm just going to murder here quite quickly. You'll notice that we stood on a touch plate. We get like a random at over there, and this touch plate opens after I kill this guy that has seemingly appeared from nowhere. They take so much damage. Standing on this touch plate opens up this door here, and there's nothing in there. That flaming thing in there, as far as I can work out, is just so you can kill yourself if you accidentally get stuck in there, because there is no way back out from the far side. So that is that for this area. So next up we're going to take the non-gold key door. Oh yeah, I was actually going to make a cut there, but I just remembered there's this interesting sequence here. You can see these two guys get triggered and it's like, what's happening? And then over here you have all these spin blades and a switch. Activate the switch. And curse slice. But those two guys at the back never get sliced. They're too far away. They just have to die the old-fashioned way. Secret wall here. End of that same corridor, which leads to this odd little area. We have some glass, a TNT box, more glass, and a dude who's pretending to be dead. And it's just for some tokens. Oh yeah, keep an eye on the extra life counter. We'll be getting very close to 100, all going well with this playthrough of the level. Moving on to the next area. Okay, so here's the next area. It had some flame stuff at the start. you can see two very obvious secret walls right here, both of which are locked. Leads into an area with a dog mode power up and some doggy doors. We have this large central shape, and then over on the far side we have one very obvious touch plate in front of this wall. We have a little window into an area with a firebomb, and we have another window into an area with 3 extra lives. So the doggy mode door is actually through a secret. If we open up this door here, there's a dude around the corner. You get a token, a switch to turn off the fire, which is very convenient, and this touch plate, which opens up the doggy mode area. Doggy mode isn't anything terribly exciting. It's just some tokens, but I'll take it. As our life counter begins to creep upwards. Okay, so the next thing then is there's this obvious touch plate, which activates this wall here. It just moves back and forth, there's no secrets behind it, and this is where we get to our firebomb and move on to the next area. Nah, bug. I got stuck in a door that closed on me for some reason, and now I can't move, I can't open the door, and if I look down, the door disappears. Boop. Bug. Okay, so here's kind of the next area of the level. We have this kind of room that seems to go nowhere. I'll be back there in a second. We have this long corridor of death and misery. Again, I'll be back there. We have this small side area, which, if I remember correctly, has a secret here, which leads to another secret wall there, which I'll activate in a moment. But this lets you get onto an elevated area that kind of looks out over the room of misery, and you can kind of bypass it by taking these little trains, but I'm going to leave it alone for the moment. So let's go ahead and activate this secret wall, which lets us get some asbestos armor. And that's it. So if we carry on, there's one more door here, which leads into this very strange little area. It just had a bunch of TNT on each side and one enforcer. Now, if we head back to this section, we have a very interesting puzzle here. You'll notice that this wall here is a slightly different color. It is a secret, and it leads us into a maze of secrets. You can see there are just secret walls hidden all over the place here, and there is a very specific order that you need to open them in. I'm probably going to stuff this up, so I'm actually going to save in a different save game slot, which is what I actually did the first time around. So back to game. We have this secret wall here, which I don't think actually interferes with anything. I think that one is safe to do. If I recall correctly, I could be wrong about that. We do have this secret wall here as well. Yeah, the other one was just a random secret wall. I think possibly it's to give a general striped appearance to the walls here, to make the secret walls stand out less, but I don't know, it doesn't really seem to do much for me. We don't want to press this one just yet, and we don't want to press this one just yet. You have to press this one here first, which gets us into this area, and we have another secret wall here. If we had pressed this secret wall, it wouldn't have interfered with this one's ability to move back. So now we can press this one just for the completion's sake. I cannot complete all of the secret walls in this area. There's one secret wall that I have no idea how you can access at all. So if we press this, now we have these two here. Actually, maybe this is where I screwed up. Let me experiment here a little. If I open this one, I wonder. Hang on, let me load. I'm sorry if this is a little bit meta here. So if I go that way, no, right, if I open up the minimap here, see that block right there that I'm pointing at with the two different arrows? That is a secret wall that can only push in that direction. But I've just sealed that one in now by getting to here. But I literally don't know of another way that I can get to this area. Like if I open up this secret wall here, you can see that's it there. As you can see, I've totally blocked it in, so I have no idea how to trigger that secret wall. Let me just try loading and see if I can work out something weird about it, but I don't think I can get to it from any other way. No, you can't get to it from any other way. So before we make a mess of this internal area that we're about to get to, which is a total rat's maze, let me just load that before I screw anything up. So we have multiple secret walls here. That's one, and this is one. I think, is this one safe? Let me save again. Because there's some of them you can press that will accidentally block off the path of other secret walls. And I think this one is safe. And yeah, this... I don't think we want to press this one. Maybe... Let me go back. It's a mess. So we press this one, and then this one lets us get to this one, which lets us back out into this corridor here. But you see, like, okay, can I press this one from this side? Will it destroy anything? No. And I can press this one from this side, and that one we've already sealed in. But I can go down here and I can press that one from here. That's fine. But I don't think you can get into this area without pressing this wall in, but not pressing that wall in blocks off this secret door. So I have no idea how you can get 100% secrets on this map. How and ever, let's carry on. So we have these two secret walls. Basically, this whole thing lets us into this corridor with the 3 secret lives, but if you press the doors in the wrong way, you end up sealing off that corridor, which is what we don't want to do. So I think we go this way, and then we go this way, I think, and then we go, or have I messed it up already? Crap, I may have messed it up. I think I have messed it up. Let me just keep going, just in case. Oh no, here we are. 3 extra lives. Okay, and then these ones, I don't know, but they don't really go anywhere unless there's something super cool hidden in this kind of purpley area. But if there is, then it's something I missed the previous time around as well, so I'm not too cut up about it. So I think that's it. There might be 1 or 2 other random secret walls in this area, but I think we got pretty much most of them. Okay, and we have this one last secret wall here. If we had done that one right at the start, it would have blocked off a secret wall that we needed to move to gain access to the 3 extra lives, which is why we didn't want to press it to begin with. So as far as I'm aware, that is that secret maze. You can see the layout of it there. So let me move on. So we're just here at the far side of the hallway of misery. I use the elevated platform to get over here safe and sound. So we have a door that leads into the next area, which I will now clear out. So there's not much here. It's just a little cul-de-sac. Don't think there's anything there. We have another extra life. Let me just make sure that wall looks a little dark. Okay. So we have a switch here, which turns off the fire in the hallway of misery, and we also have a gold key for the gold key door, but there's a pressure plate in front of it. Forget what the pressure plate does now. Moves this wall, gives us an Excalibat. I'm not interested in Excalibat. I would much rather keep the bazooka, to be honest. So, we now have the gold key, so I'm going to head back over to the gold key door. Huh, that's interesting. This wall here has locked in the halfway position. When I was playing through this the last time, it did not. It stayed moving all the time. Weird. I wonder what happens if I hit the touch plate again. That's weird. Didn't do that the last time. Okay, so here we are at the gold key door. Wasn't anything there. So I will clear out this area for you. Okay, so when you clear out this area, you can see there is a bazooka here, which I'm going to pick up because my other one was running a bit low. Small amount of healing items. You have a secret wall over here, which leads to an area with a flame wall. Actually, I might pick up the flame wall instead. I believe it will be useful. There's a whole bunch of dudes. When is there ever not a whole bunch of dudes? We have some interesting light fixtures that I'm not sure we've ever seen before. They're like a kind of light bulb candelabra kind of thing. They just destroy the same way that any other light fixture in this game does. And there were 2 enforcers here as well. So we have a door that leads on to the next area. Okay, so in this area we have some dudes. There's an elevator and a flame jet. We have a moving raised elevated walkway area that doesn't actually go anywhere, it just kind of moves behind this wall. There's no secrets here. What we do have though is this curious arrangement. So if I move in here, we have 3 flame jets. Now there's a trap here that I fell into numerous times the first time around. It's very hard to see, but basically, is it even this one or is it the next one? Let me move forward and see if it's the next one. No, it is that last one that I just passed. As I turn there, you might notice, kind of in the middle area, I'll kind of put a... Oh, there we go. The game glitched out there for a second and put the wrong colors on it. There's a pit trap right there in the middle. It's almost totally invisible on the ground. And if you fall into that pit trap, then when you get back out of it again, you're guaranteed to get melted by the flame jet. It's really evil. Anyway, if we make our way here safely, and I'm just going to save in case something happens, we have these 3 switches. The first one turns off 2 of the flame jets. And to be fully honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what the other 2 do. I think they also turn off series of flame jets, but I'm not entirely certain. So I'm just going to turn them both off anyway. I've looked in all of these before and there aren't any secrets. Let me not run into this thing if at all possible. I need to look in this one though for the sake of completing the minimap. There we go. So the flame jet there is turned off, and I thought the third one did stuff back earlier on in the level. I thought it turned off the flame jets in this room, but those were already turned off when I was leaving that area this time around. So to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what that third switch even does. But it doesn't really matter because we want to move on here. Now you could try running through the middle here, but again they've hidden another pit trap in there. So I'm going to go around the outside edge instead and into the elevator. Okay, the elevator drops us out into this area. It's not a huge amount going on. These 2 dudes. Now when I got here the first time, I was like, uh-oh, we're going to have to come back to this elevator at some stage. We'll have walked on a pressure plate and there'll be flames going across here. It's going to be pure nightmare fuel. But no, I never ended up coming back this way again. Maybe that's why I didn't end up getting all the secrets, but I'm kind of glad because we do stand on a few pressure plates between now and the end of the map. So let me clear out the next area for you. Okay, so just to give you a bit of an idea, this area that we've just after passing through, there's the elevator, but this area is a maze of randomats. There are just randomats scattered through a whole bunch of tiny little rooms connected by doors. There's really only 2 kind of interesting things here. One is the area that we're about to go into, which is a closed off area by itself, and then the other one is the exit out of this general area. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any big secrets in the kind of maze of little rooms here. To be honest, the randomats aren't even really that much of a problem. Like, you run into one and, you know, you get something crappy or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Just keep running through them. Eventually, you'll either get dog mode or you'll get god mode. And something that I learned, thanks to this randomat maze, is that if you have god mode and you run over a dog mode pickup, you will turn into a dog. And if you're a dog and you run over god mode, you'll turn into a god. But if you're either dog or god, you can't get like any of the other powered downs. You can't get like the bouncy mode, and you can't get shrooms mode, or I'm not sure about mercury mode. I've never tried one of those. But so basically you just run over them until you get either dog or god, and then you're fine, because you've got like a super power up then at that stage. So we have this one door here where you are forced to pick up something. I'm going to save just to make sure it's something good. No, it was something bad. Let's try again. Still something bad. Okay, dog mode. I'll take it. So it leads us to this very small area here. Touch plate triggered, which, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what it does. I think it moves. Yeah, it's moving this wall here, which lets us get yet another randomat, because the world needs more randomats. There wasn't anything else behind that wall. Doubtful. So yeah, get into this area with the boulder trap. Long corridor, but you can see it's a very obvious secret wall over here. So I'm going to clear out this area and I will bring you back. Okay, so this area, as you can see, is a very long, narrow area that has all these weird kind of blocky walls in the middle. If we have a look at these walls on the mini-map, you can see it's like a whole bunch of weird symbols. These symbols are what are known as, I believe, intergalactic standard alphabet, and it's actually a kind of fake alphabet that Apogee made up for some of their other games, mainly the Commander Keen games, where you'll sometimes see notices written on the wall in this alphabet, and you can actually do a conversion from this alphabet to the standard English alphabet, and it says messages. So I haven't looked it up yet, but I intend to look it up once I've finished editing this episode together. I believe this is a message in International Galactic Standard Alphabet. I'll have it scrolling across here on the screen if you want to read it yourself. There's one secret in this area. You can see there is a push wall here that appears to be locked. Right down at the very far end, if I run along here quickly, there is a God mode hidden back here, which I will actually pick up. And there's a touch plate in front of us. This touch plate moves that wall, and it moves it in a very interesting way. This wall has now started the long, slow voyage right to the very end of the level. It doesn't do anything, it just goes all the way down there and then stops. And hidden behind it was a Mercury mode. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of science here. If you're God, can you get Mercury mode? No, you have to wait till God mode is finished. Interesting. So now that I have God mode, I'm just going to run down through this corridor, ignoring all these boulders. You don't actually have to be a god to do this. As you can see, you run faster than the boulders move, so you can just kind of stay between two boulders the whole way. I don't believe there's any secrets in that corridor at all. I didn't really check much the last time. So while we're good, we can check this out. You can see that entire wall there is a secret wall. And the touch plate for it is over here. Bloink. Do I want the bazooka? I might. I can't really tell with God mode activated. Ah, there we go. Let's see, there was some food there. So it's, no, I wanted the flame wall. So this moves up, and that wall moves up to join that weird little room with the TNT and the one enforcer that was in there. So there's no secrets there. There's just a weird little room. So I'll clear out the next area. Okay, so I've cleared out the next area. You can see there's this like random trap mishmash here at the start. There's a couple of like random... Oh, I missed a spot. So there's a firebomb there. Yeah, it's like just a couple of like random little cubby holes. It has some health. It has some like weapons and stuff in them. I'm gonna hang on to the flame wall though because it's freaking awesome. There's one secret that I'm aware of here. We can press this column, which just lets us into the small area with some health, some of which I apparently needed. And I don't think it does anything else. And yeah, I don't think there's any secrets in there either. So we just then have this door that takes us out. This is a small area. There's an iron key door. Obviously we can't open that yet. And an elevator. So the elevator dumps us out in this next section. It's kind of a weird one. First of all, there's this plate glass window here, which goes absolutely nowhere that I can tell. I don't think that's secret, but it's really weird. It's not secret. Okay. We have these two areas off to the side that are just little monster boxes. That's one, and the other one's over here. Okay, there's no secrets in there. We have an area here with a switch, which I will press. I believe that does something in the next room, which I will now clear out. Okay, so, oops, one last dude. There's always one last dude. Okay, so that's that area cleaned out. So that switch that I pressed basically just moved this secret wall back and just gave access to this room that has an elevator in it. I don't believe there are any other secrets in there that I found. There is one secret down here. You can see this wall is dodgy. And what do we get for our trouble? We get another flame wall, which is great because I have used up most of the one that we had just there because there were 3 enforcers in this room. Do I need any more health? I don't. So let me take the elevator. So this elevator brings us through to the room that we saw much closer to the start of the level that had the iron key in it. Okay, so here we are at the iron key door. Just going to make use of the god mode that I've got. It's another random map there. Elevator. Okay, some random dudes. And, oh, apparently still some random dudes. Oh yeah, there's an enforcer there. The last time I played this, the enforcer was quite happily taken care of by the god mode. Not this time, apparently. But that's what I have the flame wall for. The flame wall has failed me. His grenades are able to get through, that's not fair. I guess the flame wall is running into the underside of the gravitational anomaly discs. Science! Okay, so we have this area here. There is one secret wall. I will activate it. There is a hidden dog mode in here. All will be revealed. I'm not going to take that just yet. We have 8 elevators, 4 on this side, and 4 on the other side. 6 of the 8 of them are fake and do nothing, go nowhere. I think this is one of the non-fake ones. Well, sort of non-fake ones. It's still fake and there's an enforcer behind it. So I'm going to burn him. As you can see, it's not really an elevator. It's just a little corridor that also does nothing and goes nowhere. And then the only real elevator is this one here. The other elevators are kind of real in that you can get into them. Oh god, so many elevators. You can get into them, but they only just take you to a different part of the same room. So this one here takes you to that elevator there. This elevator takes you to that one here. This one at the end takes you to the one right down the very far end. This one, as we saw, is a fake corridor. So this one here is the only real elevator. So let's take it. Which brings us through to this very small area here. And a larger room. So you'll notice that both sides of the larger room have dog mode doors in it. There's a secret wall over in this corner which leads to a secret asbestos armor. That'll become more apparent later. So let me now go back and get the dog mode power up. Okay, let's go into the left side first. We have some point tokens and some flame walls that we can't pick up because we're a dog. So I'm not sure why they put the flame walls in here. Again, I think there's a bonus for picking up all of the items in a level, but obviously you can't pick up these flame walls because you can only get them as a dog. There's a secret wall here. which leads to a long loopy corridor, at the end of which is the dramatic prize of 2 more dog modes. So I think those are just there to help you escape this area if you happen to get stuck in it while being a dog, which I don't want to do, so let's let dog mode wear off. Or actually, damn it. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to load. Dog mode's actually going to be handier to have, and I will show you why in the next clip, so I will bring it back. Okay, so I'm going to very, very quickly now run back out of this little maze. Don't know if you can really call it a maze, it's more of a corridor, and into this area. This is why I did not... This is why I wanted dog mode, because when you have dog mode on, you're invincible. You're essentially in god mode. It's just a maze of bounce modes that you could very carefully walk your way around. There's one shrooms mode. I have no idea why you'd want that, unless there's secret walls here and shrooms mode would show them off. Ooh, that's interesting. I never thought of that the last time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to save so we can go back and do some science before we leave the level. There's some dudes here. Nothing there. I've shot at all these walls with a machine gun, and you don't get any bullet holes, so I don't think there's any secrets. But you'll notice we've gotten to an iron key door. We are now back at the very start of the level. Hooray! This area has opened up. There's nothing really in here apart from some torches and stuff. As far as I can tell, there's no secrets in here. We have this other iron key door. And that brings us to the exit. Now, I'm going to save in a different slot, just so we can go back and do some science. I'm going to save over 23A. We're not using that one anymore. Yeah, 23A, save. And we're going to load 23B so we can do some doggy mode science. So we're going to wait for dog mode to run out, and then I'm going to purposefully pick up shrooms mode, and we'll see if any of these walls start to glow. And I will also mute the audio during shrooms mode. Okay, here we go. No, it didn't look like there was any hidden stuff. Nothing was glowing. Not even the Elasto modes were glowing, which is kind of interesting. I was expecting those to start going tripodelic. So I'm not really sure why they provide you with the one shrooms mode. Like, there's no secret walls there or anything. Weird. So let's just restore 23A. Here we are at the very, very end, and exit. Oh, I got one more secret wall this time than I did the last time. 75 out of 77. So I'm pretty happy with that. So that is the end of the secret level in episode 3 of Rise of the Triad. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.